I've always been a fan of the Redmi series of devices right from the beginning. The One S I thought was the best budget smartphone ever made. The 2 Prime, which I used extensively as the main phone for about 8 months, had a class-leading camera for its time. The 4 had a metal body and a big battery, and then the Redmi 5, which in my opinion had the best design with a 2.5D glass, a beautiful metal body again, and the first time ever 18:9 display at that price. Now I've always recommended these phones. To anyone with a budget under 10k, I felt it was a no-nonsense option. But this year, it might change with Redmi 6. Because instead of an upgrade, I feel it's a downgrade. Yeah. Before I tell you why, I'd ask you to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon, because that'll really help us. If you end up liking the video, also hit the like button. Now, let's talk about what's new with the Redmi 6. First up, we have the dual cameras. Definite upgrade, right? Not so much, because it's the same 12 megapixel unit with the 1.25 micron pixels as the Redmi 5. It pretty much takes the same pictures. No, make no mistake, it does take good pictures in good lighting conditions, and you do get to take some portrait shots. But it isn't much of an upgrade really. But again, it's a really good camera, so I'm not discounting that fact. Now there is also the front-facing camera at 8 megapixels, again unchanged, but still really good for the price, and it too can take portrait shots. Thanks to MIUI 10, portrait shot algorithms are really good, and the edge detection, thumbs up. Now let's move on to the octa-core processor. That's new, right? This time we have the Helio P22, the MediaTek processor, but it's not that great. Let me be honest. In day-to-day usage, it was slightly laggy, and most of the times I felt the experience was subpar. I'm not sure why, because the benchmark numbers are slightly higher than the Snapdragon 450, which was also an octa-core processor. The octa-core bit is not new, but the P22 is supposed to be better. The common benchmarking game that we use, as for that lagged, and then there is the YouTube app. I don't know why that lags. That's a very commonly used app, and that lags, and I don't know why really. Even the full screen animation gestures on MIUI 10, they lag here and there. Generally you won't find that much of a lag when swiping between the pages on the home screen or going into these default apps, but app opening speeds are slower. Overall, I was kind of frustrated with the whole lag situation here. It kind of felt like unoptimized on MIUI, the MediaTek chip I mean. And I got to the forums and a lot of people were saying the same, so I guess maybe that's it. Maybe a software update can fix it, but the Helio P22 doesn't really work well on the MIUI 10 on the Redmi 6. Although I feel it should work well because the P22 seems like a capable processor. Anyway, now let's move on to the design. The Redmi 6 is now plastic compared to the Redmi 5's beautiful metal design. It's plastic. Now I have nothing against plastic. There are some really good plastic phones. Even the Poco phone has really nice polycarbonate plastic, but this just feels cheap. Compared to the Redmi 5 especially, for example, this feels like a downgrade. There is no 2.5D glass. The display size has come down from 5.7 to 5.45. I'm not really sure why. So again, even if you get like more pixel density, it's a smaller display, and I don't like the brightness levels on this one. Even at full brightness, it's not that good. And what about that speaker position? It's terrible. It's on the back and easily gets muffled when putting it on like cloth surfaces or anything like that. Just throwing the phone out there, you will tend to miss some notifications or something like that. So in every department, again, it feels like a downgrade. Now you can say, like on the P22 side, you can say that, oh, it's a 12 nanometer chip, you will have more efficiency, you will have more battery life. Isn't that an upgrade? Well, nope. The battery size has come down from 3300 mAh on the Redmi 5 to 3000 mAh on the Redmi 6. That's a downgrade. I didn't get good battery life at all, and it was a bit of a chore to get it charged because it takes more than 3 hours. Even with a 2 amp charger, I couldn't get it to charge fast. These are all things that overall led me to have a really bad experience with the Redmi 6. So I just took the SIM out of the phone as soon as possible because I just couldn't handle all that lag, and I just felt let down because I've been a fan of the Redmi series and I've loved these phones. I've always been recommending them. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Xiaomi is doing offline. There are low margins, so they have to cut down on a lot of features. Maybe that's the reason. Or maybe they want to push the Y series, or maybe they want to do more sales of the Redmi 6 Pro. I don't get it. If you already have the Redmi 5, don't upgrade because you are probably better off sticking with it. And if you want a new phone, maybe the 6A because it's at least less pricier, or maybe the Y2, that's definitely a better phone when it comes to specs, or the Redmi 6 Pro if you have the budget. It's got a notch display if you want. So all these phones, they are competing within themselves, and I think those phones are a better option, and you'll be better off ignoring the Redmi 6 because it seems like Xiaomi themselves ignored the Redmi 6. So that's all I got for you on the Redmi 6. I have to be honest, I cannot just say this phone is great. It's not. It's a downgrade for sure. And I hope next time maybe Xiaomi does it better. Maybe Xiaomi watches this video and listens to this honest feedback. And I know a lot of people have complained about the Redmi 6 already. So let's hope Xiaomi listens, and let's catch you on the next video then. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you agree with my opinions, and hit that like for the honesty. Thanks for watching again.